Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. So Solana here currently potentially turning around. We have already reached nearly the target area that I had defined for the scenario that this year was already a 5-wave move. But I gave you my doubts already in the last video that it's difficult to count 5 waves into it. I mean, you can see it starting from here. Wave 1, 2, yeah, is this a wave 3, 4, 5? Maybe, but it's not very clear. It's nothing I would, I would find very attractive to count like that. I mean, it's possible. You can count it as a 5-wave move, but it's tricky. The price did come down nearly far enough and nearly to the level that we talked about. So let's take a look. The price reached pretty much the 50% FIB retracement. That's what we talked about in previous videos, that this would be the minimum for this correction, assuming that we already have a 5-wave move here and that this here was the wave 1, this was the wave 2. So anybody who wanted to go in could have done that just above the 50% retracement here at around $110 US. So in terms of that minimum retracement was reached. However, that would mean that now a wave 3 is going to start, and that would be super bullish. Do I believe in it? Not too much. Yeah, I actually think there are two possibilities that are more likely at the moment. One possibility is that this here was only an ABC, all of this. Yeah, this would be the more bearish scenario. So looking at this here as an ABC pattern, this would generally then be pretty much the same wave count as Bitcoin in this correction here, where we have a WXY as well, an ABC. So don't want to make it too complicated, but it would be an extended correction. This here then would be the wave 4, and we would come down once more and possibly even lower in a wave 5. Now, this scenario pretty much will get much more likely below this swing high at $105 US or 106. So here below this one, this one, this one. So below this, it will get much more likely. And just take these out again. And then we can more easily go further down. Another key support level will be here, the 95 US. So this is one possibility. The other possibility, and this is also not too unlikely in my opinion, let me just take these out here. The other scenario where we could say, all right, the low here for Solana is already in. Yeah, that this low here at $75 was already the low and it's already in. Can we find a way to count this in another bullish way? In addition to, that we've already had an impulse. Yes, and there is a possibility. I took a look at it yesterday evening and this morning. So you can count this in a way that we could see this here as a wave 1. Yeah. And then you came down here in a wave A. That here. This here was a wave B. So basically you can get these overshooting. Oh no. You get these overshooting wave Bs. However, it would have been massively overshooting. Then coming down here in a wave C. And so because this was the wave 1, this at the same time here, this C wave also completes the wave 2. And that means that this would have been the wave 3. No. Just copy that. The wave 3 here. That means that what we've seen now is the wave 4. And that we are now starting a wave 5. And from this point of view, what are the Fibonacci retracements doing? Let's take a look at that. So in terms of that wave 3 here, did it actually reach target? Let's take a look at that first. Oops, now let me take that out. Start from the low to the wave 1 top. to the wave here, you can see that the wave 3 reached actually the 2.618 fib extension. Pretty much, yeah, that is something that a cryptocurrency absolutely does in a wave 3. And now looking at that wave 5, what would we expect? What could we expect? I think could really expect here something. If this is playing out, it could really be that 3.618 extension here at $160. That is possible. But what we need to bear in mind, that wave 4 came down quite a lot. In my opinion, a little bit too sharply, a little bit too strongly. So price action, to look at price action is also always very relevant. But this here would be a way how to free ourselves from this low. And we could get all the way up to, roughly $160, I would say, in that wave 5. Bearing in mind, there is an important resistance level here, the 200-day moving average at $150. But even if we say, okay, let's say, yes, the low was already in, we are moving up here now. I've missed it, but again, if you want to buy, I'm not telling you to buy or not. The thing is, if we assume the price is going to go higher, it would currently still be an interesting buying point. But again, we don't know yet if this scenario is going to play out. This is speculation at this stage. We need to get confirmation. How to get confirmation? Well, confirmation we could receive in that we now move up into that wave 5 and then get that next ABC, and that would come down once more quite low then. That would then here be a larger wave 1, and this here would be a wave 2, and in a wave 2 there would be another entry point. So that's what I'm trying to communicate here. Looking interesting currently for Solana, but again, it's a scenario, I don't know. I think primarily my view is still, and I've communicated that, until Solana really breaks above that $158 level up here, I will remain of the view that there is still a lot of downside potential, and the risk is still that we come down lower and re-enter the target area here. That risk is still pretty much there. This was the buying zone here. Of course, you can still buy higher, that's up to you. But for me, this was the attractive buying zone. My buying or my Solana buy orders were set around this area. I've mentioned that. I've shared the sheet with the community members. I also bought a little bit higher, on the way down. Absolutely, that's fine. But overall, I think it worked out pretty well. And now I think only the next few days can show us, do we drop down lower here? And if we drop below, as I said, certain levels, especially $105, I think that immediate uptrend is over. And if we now start up from here further higher, I think we can see here a wave 5 coming. And then, but even after that, we should see that ABC that we say, we should see that ABC that should then come down lower, because this would be a second wave. A second wave typically comes down fairly low, and that would then be a potential next entry point. But generally looking at the crypto market, also looking at Bitcoin, I think it all depends on if Bitcoin stays above this 42.7k level, or if it drops below the 42.7k level. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out my Bitcoin video. Solana currently already, as I said, turning around here to the upside. We've got a bullish crossover on the 4-hour chart on the MACD. Now the 8-hour is starting to reduce negative momentum. It's a bit too early to say. This could still be very corrective, what is currently coming up here. So it will now be interesting to see if that 4-hour bullish momentum, how will that translate over to the 8-hour? Will it influence it? And will it also change the negative momentum that has started on the daily? Because on the daily MACD, we now have a bearish crossover. And if this is playing out, this will, in my opinion, confirm those lower ranges, those lower prices that I talked about. Overall, zooming out, I think even at the moment, Solana is still at a very interesting price, especially after that dip. Remember, yesterday I told you as well, we were around $110, that we had a drop from 144 to 110. Quite interesting already, but again, we are still not confirmed. So it's not confirmed yet that we are through the correction yet. We're still very early. All I'm saying here is that because Solana did get into my target area down here and made a lower low compared to the wave A, it could have theoretically completed the correction, but again, we now need confirmation of a first 5-wave move to the upside. That this is already a 5-wave move, I'm a bit skeptical about. I think we would need for that another 5th wave, and then we can expect another ABC down, or alternatively, this here was only a 3-wave move, and we're already on our way further down, making lower lows. That's my update about Solana. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.